folks, this is Vicki. It's been a while since I've made a video, and I've noticed over the past several months as I've begun to make these that there is a definite interest in the teachings of Vernon Howard, who was my main teacher. He taught the difference between the true self, the essence, and the thought self, and he did not emphasize the true self because he said we wouldn't know much about it. He put us to work witnessing our actual state, our actual condition. This is not pleasant, and that's why the work is for the few. It's not for the many. He would give talks, and he would say a teacher would gather a group of maybe 5 men and 5 women to discuss the truth, but the multitudes just weren't interested. And if you are sincere in your inner work, you will quickly realize that. Why? Because people want to accent the positive when it doesn't actually exist. Now that's a rude shock. People want to think that they are good enough, that they are pretty regular folks. All you have to do to get rid of that notion is read the newspaper. Mayhem, riots, lying, cheating, stealing, infidelity. That's the false self and what it's up to. But Vernon called us to study ourselves. You know, Dogen Zenji said to study the self is to study the way. So when I watch my thoughts from the time I get up in the morning till the time I go to bed at night, and I often forget to do it, but when I do it, it's all about me. It's all about me versus the world, about me versus you, because the false self, the ego, lives in the world of the opposites. It lives in its head. And the head always wants to win, always. But the head never wins. It always loses. Vernon always says the house always wins. You know, in Las Vegas, the game is rigged. You can't win. So he would say things like, until you are really sick of getting mauled by the world, you'll keep going back, trying to win, trying to win a promotion, a compliment, a vacation, etc., and so forth, and you never do. So there's much suppressed anger in every human being. The anger is suppressed. He said, in the average person, you go 1/4 inch deep and there's a storehouse of fireworks that are getting ready to be set off. This is not something people want to hear. But if you are led to the work, you will find yourself deeply motivated to do it. First, you will try to change everybody else. You'll try to change your family, and they'll think, my God, what has this person in my family gotten into? All of a sudden, they're trying to get me to change. Well, this will go on for years until you realize that Vernon Howard was talking about changing yourself, not the world. So I make these videos occasionally to tell you, look, work on yourself. Quit pointing the finger. Somebody said when you point the finger at somebody, you're pointing 3 other fingers back at yourself. So study yourself. To study the self is to study the way. You can also study your brother, but just don't try to change them. Just witness. Just be a witness. Thanks for listening, and namaste.